Well, everyone, this is another crazy Google Pixel 6 leak that I personally am pretty excited for. As most of you know, Apple, not only makes their own phone chips, but now they make their own MacBook chips as well, which is pretty crazy, the M1 chip. But they've been developing their own A series of chipsets for their iPhones for a while, I think forever, basically. I think the first one was like Intel based or something, but for a majority of their iPhones, if not all of them, have some sort of A chip series of devices. But a majority of Android devices are either powered through a Qualcomm chipset or the Exynos chipset, one or the other. If it's like a worldwide one, usually it's Exynos. Maybe there's some other ones here and there. But this Google Pixel 6, if this rumor is actually true, so first of all, shout out to 9to5 Google, I love their website a lot. And this article basically says exclusive Pixel 6 will be powered by new Google-made Whitechapel chip. I don't know why they had to choose Whitechapel, I'm going to be honest. But if this is true, basically Google is going to be developing their own chipset, something like an A series of devices, pretty much made for their Google Pixel devices. Now you might be wondering, what is the point of this? First of all, think about it with the iPhones. Apple pretty much makes the hardware and the software. So what that means is that Apple can go ahead and tune their specific chipset to whatever their software is. So you don't need a lot of RAM and you don't need the craziest amount of specs to perform at the same levels as a super flagship like a Galaxy S21 Ultra type of device. The 12 Pro Max is still a really fast device compared to the S21 Ultra, but on paper the specs, you have like 6 gigs of RAM on one and you have like 12 on the other one, but they perform pretty similarly. And in day-to-day tasks, I would probably argue the 12 Pro Max is smoother. But one thing about the Pixel devices is that they've always been smooth, but it just seems like the graphics are a little off. If you're trying to click open an app or if you're smooth going through the UI, there's always just a little bit of glitchiness that Apple just comes superior at. So what I'm thinking is that Google's main thing right now is to develop their own chipset based off this leak. This is insane because if this ends up happening, then we could be seeing the rest of the Pixel lineup following suit. So Google is pretty much going to be labeling this chipset as the GS101 Whitechapel chip. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to come up with a better, maybe like a G1 or something like that. I don't know. But what this will mean is that we will be getting pretty much, faster performance, better performance, and smoother performance. But on top of that, less power drawn when you're doing simple basic things or even heavier intensive things because the chipset is made from the same manufacturer. So the developers can go ahead and tweak their hardware and the software in correspondence to one another. And that is a very massive thing. When you have something like this, that in my opinion is almost like a no-brainer. So that in and of itself, if this ends up being true, let alone the stock Android and let alone the cameras, we're going to be seeing some massive improvements for the whole entire infrastructure of Android. Like, I'm telling you right now, if we thought right now that Google and Androids and all this stuff are like done and it's like going to get boring and stuff, I was thinking the same thing. But if Google can actually develop out this specific chipset, it's going to have such a humongous edge compared to all the other machines that are going to be coming out, including Samsung's, OnePlus's, Xiaomi's, Huawei's, whatever phone you can think of. Even if, the other OnePlus founder, whatever, if he makes his own nothing company, if it doesn't have like some sort of type of chipset like this, it's going to be kind of, forgotten. And I think Google took a humongous kind of inspiration from Apple. I don't know why it took them this long to do it, but if any company can go ahead and make their own chipset like this, it's going to be Google. It's going to be a crazy big company like this. I don't know if like OnePlus and all these companies that really haven't even put IP certification for their base model phones and still only 1080p cameras at the front. I don't know if OnePlus can do something like this. Samsung has a ton of money, but they're spread out and they're focusing more on their budget series right now. Google has to go ahead and create this. If this is true, this is going to be a massive thing. And in my opinion, if you look at it, a lot of Snapdragon phones really don't have that type of chipsets where you can go ahead and root them or custom ROM them or whatever. But Google, you can really custom ROM all the Google Pixels. Like, this is going to be crazy if this is true. So I guess we'll go ahead and keep our hands to the sky and hopefully it happens. But that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly, everything else. I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.